Hi guys, it's Sandy, and in today's Nerd Nail episode, we're going to be working on a super cute design inspired by the game Animal Crossing. This was highly requested by you guys, which I was really excited about because it's one of my favorite game series too. This nail art design was inspired by the special edition Animal Crossing 3DS. Ever since it came out, I always thought it would make such a cute nail art design. So let's get started. Begin with a base coat to protect your natural nails. This will also help your polish adhere to your nail. Next, paint your nails white using 2 coats for even coverage. White polishes can sometimes be too sheer or streaky. Try to find one that's opaque and is very pigmented. I'm using OPI's Alpine Snow, which is my all-time favorite. Now it's time to paint the little shapes. Let's start with the yellow house. Use a tiny dotting tool or a toothpick to outline the shape of a triangle. Then fill it in. Next, you need to add a square beneath the triangle. Again, outline the square and then fill it in using a stippling motion. The next shape is the red apple. Just use the big dotting tool to add a red circle. Then use a smaller dotting tool, striper, or a toothpick to add a little stem. Next up is the green leaf. Outline the shape of a leaf, fill it in, and add a stem again. When you're doing this Animal Crossing pattern over all of your nails, you don't have to include all of these little symbols on every single nail. You can switch it up to add more interest. You can also do some of the shapes partially on the corner or edge of the nail bed. Now just add a few tiny red, green, or yellow polka dots in empty white spaces and a big gray one if you have the room. The final step is to take a tiny dotting tool or toothpick and add 4 little white dots for windows on the house, a dot for the shine on the apple, and a dot on the edge of the leaf to look like a piece has been taken out of it. Finish off with a fast-drying top coat to seal in your design and add a beautiful shine. And that's it! Let me know down in the comments which nerdy nail art design nail guides, and also let me know in the comments which design is your favorite. The first design is a super cute penguin wearing a Santa hat. Begin with a light blue base and then use a black polish to create the penguin's body. This is really easy, just pretend you're painting the shape of your nail but a little further down than normal. Then use a red striper to draw 2 curved lines for a Santa hat. Fill it in. Add a white pom-pom and lining using a white polish and a small dotting tool or toothpick. Then add a stroke of white polish for his belly. Then 2 big white dots for eyes with 2 little black ones for pupils. Using a toothpick, add a little triangle for its beak, and you're all done! Next up is some festive holiday bulbs. Begin with a white base. Next, use a black striper to draw 2 thin lines down your nail. Use a metallic silver polish to create a big circle for one of the bulbs. Then use a sparkly blue polish for the other bulb. Finally, use a toothpick and add 2 little bows on the strings. And that's it! The third design is a nail covered in holly. Begin with a metallic silver base. Next, use a dotting tool to add red berries over the nail. Make sure to space them out to leave room for the leaves. Once that's done, go in with a toothpick and add the leaves. I like to begin each leaf with dots to map out the sharp points of the leaf and then connect them all with curved lines. Next up is a sweet peppermint swirl candy. Begin with a white base. Add a very tiny dot in the middle of your nail for a guideline and then add 4 thick curved lines meeting it. I like to do 2 thin curved lines for each thick stripe and then fill it in. Next, add 4 thin green lines in between the red stripes. Finally, add a little rhinestone in the middle of the candy for some extra sparkle. So cute and pretty. All done! Let's do a super easy one next, a grinning snowman. Begin with a white base. Next, add 2 big black dots for eyes. Use an orange striper to easily add a carrot nose. And finally, use a smaller dotting tool to add a mouth. Simple and cute. This year, I wanted to do a cute and silly looking Santa. Begin with a light green base. Next, use a white polish to add a thick white tip to your nail. Then add a white rectangle on top of it for the white part of Santa's hat. Use a red striper to draw his hat. Fill it in. Next, add a white pom-pom and then use a nude polish to add a half circle for his face. Add 2 small black dots for eyes, and then use a red polish to create a big red nose. And he's ready to deliver gifts. With the minion craze going on this year, let's do a holiday-inspired minion. Begin with a yellow base. Then use a red polish to paint in the top quarter of the nail. Then add a red tip to the nail. Next, use a dotting tool and white polish to add some lining to the Santa hat. Use a black striper to add a black line for the goggle strap. Then add a big gray circle, followed by a slightly smaller white one. Add a little black pupil and then use the black striper to add a smile. Ready for some Christmas mischief. One of my favorite Christmas movies is Elf, so I decided to do a nail design inspired by his suit. Begin with a green base. Next, draw a vertical line down the nail using a black striper. Then add a thick black belt. Use a white polish and a toothpick to add a collar near the cuticle. Then fill it in. Next, use a metallic gold polish to add a buckle to the belt. Finally, use the black striper again to outline the white collar. Buddy the Elf would definitely approve. It's not Christmas without the tree, so let's do a quick one. Begin with a red base. Next, use a dark green polish to easily draw a big tree on the nail. See, it's very quick and simple to do. Then add either a rhinestone, yellow dot, or a golden snowflake to the top of the tree. Finally, add some bulbs to the tree using a dotting tool. A quick and a simple tree. All done! And finally, I had to include my all-time favorite Christmas design, which is a candy cane. Begin with a white base. Next, add a thin red stripe diagonally across the nail. Follow this stripe with a thicker one. Then add another thin one. Next, leave a gap and add another thin line, followed by another thick one. Remember to finish all of your nail designs with a fast-drying top coat, and that's it!